up, everybody? My name is Cameron, and today we are building a modern house in Gravity Falls. Or, no, oh my god. Is it called Gravity Falls? No, it's not. Oh, Granite Falls. Okay. I did kind of a sneaky trick with this one where I deleted the house but not the landscaping. So, like, landscape assist provided by EA. I don't know, I kind of liked it. There's no, like, good excuse for this. I honestly just did it for fun. Like, I could landscape. I'm not saying I can't landscape. But anyway, so yeah, I wanted a badly shaped house, let's be real. I wanted a ridiculous mushroom looking shell and then make it good. I ended up with a lot of city living windows, which are like blue tinted on one side and clear on the other, and I flipped them around. The view from the inside is blue, but when you're looking at the house from the outside, it's clear. Atmospheric perspective or something. This is a 3-bedroom, 4-bathroom house, I think. Every bedroom has its own ensuite, and then there's an extra bathroom downstairs. Oh yeah, we do something fun and weird with the roof. So there's like this bit gonna end up being clear. So it's kind of like a weird skate ramp, and this just made me want skateboarding in The Sims so bad. Even just like in The Sims 1, the way you could snowboard on like a predetermined half pipe. Wouldn't that be cool? One of my favorite like random mods that I love is Little Miss Sam. Yeah, she makes so many like small but meaningful mods. And there's one, and it's the only thing it does. Like, it's super simple, super great. It just unlocks it so you can skate anywhere, and it basically functions like the bicycles from Discovery University. Oh my god, I love it. I love just like, I don't even rollerblade in real life. My ankles are too weak. But in The Sims, oh, okay. These guys end up being super important. Those weird little their base game. Oh, that's cool. I thought they were from Perfect Patio. But yeah, these weird little things, yes. And then we size one up, and it's so like a lot of the architecture of the house ends up relying on these little things. It doesn't end up being as much of a free floating house, but that's okay. Like, I just wanted it to be like a big ugly square. Floating optional. It's hard to like figure out what to talk about because I don't remember the order I did any of this in. So the first floor was made with like a family in mind, but the top floor has this whole like rich photographer and his 2 siblings, and they're all adults kind of thing. I don't know who lives here, like, other than the photographer guy. Like, I'm imagining the rest of his family just visits. Yeah, that's when I gave up on the pool on the inside, was right then when I like couldn't figure out, not that I couldn't figure out how to, but that I realized that the game wouldn't let me put a pool underneath a staircase, which, like, I mean, just let me do what I want, game. But yeah, we're doing a little bit of an outdoor kitchen. I use a lot of the Perfect Patio stuff, and this house does have a hot tub, and it is indoors. Does it look realistic? I don't know. Like, at some point, I want to build all of my childhood homes on this channel because I moved around a lot as a kid. And there's one. My bedroom was attached to a room that the previous house owners used to put a hot tub in it. So by the time that like I was living there, there was no hot tub in there, but there had been one. And like, what I get from that is that in order to have a hot tub inside of your house, all you need is like kind of an obnoxious fan system. The rest of the aesthetic of the room said nothing about like, there's a hot tub in here. So like, what is that supposed to look like? Anyway, the downstairs is an open floor plan. So there's just that bathroom over there that kind of divvies up the space a little bit. Indoor, outdoor kitchen. Oh, that's the build I do this in. Yeah, I don't understand why the frames switch like that when you put them down. I like the idea of just like the main character is a photographer thing. Like, maybe he's like photographing food and photographing microscopic things. And I don't actually know how you get those photos within game. I know they come with Dine Out, and so I imagine they have to do with that. Confession, I own the pack. I've never made a restaurant. I've never played in a restaurant. It's definitely something I want to try. So how is everybody? How are you holding up? The date stamp down there says this was made on April 1st. I'm currently recording this on 420. I don't know what day this is going to be posted on. Going on in the world. Are we still all in our living rooms? Probably. imagine. I'd actually hope so at this point. Oh yeah, we end up keeping that. I thought that was a neat architectural detail in the end. The way it sticks out through the roof. Yeah, just pretty pleased with it. It's not that like I'm not good at modern builds. It's just that like I haven't done them that often yet. Like they're not the style that I gravitate towards naturally. And a lot of that is just that like I'm not sure what to do with it, I guess. Um so this was really fun for me trying to really do this and take it seriously. I mean like I still said like I want the ugliest shell possible, but like once I had it, I did take the furnishing of it pretty seriously. They have closets in there. Yeah, there. That's what. No, yes. No, yes. I do go back and forth and make them mostly identical. I really wanted them to be like unique by the clutter only. I don't remember if they have the same bed though. They might have two different ones. Yeah, I spent a couple of minutes trying to. Yeah, I. Mm. Do I keep those doors? Is it really like, yeah, secret bathrooms behind bookshelves? I think that's like the silliest thing to hide behind a bookshelf. Can you imagine? Like, you're a guest there, you just want to pee, you know there's a bathroom, you can't find it. I think my first instinct would be to like try to go through the closet, see if it's like some Narnia type of deal. But yeah. I guess that's something that's kind of neat about this house is that it's like, in theory, only one guy lives there full time. I mean, as with always, you can definitely play with my builds however you want. But like in my head, only one guy actually lives here full time, and he doesn't have any kids. But he has his family over all the time, and they have kids, and he has his like parents over as well. He also has like upstairs there's two more like entertainment spaces that are a bit less family oriented, definitely more like college bro forward. So maybe he's actually like a really social photographer, and I just saw him as grumpy because I kept imagining him with his siblings. Oh, that was in the dark so you couldn't really see, but I finally figured out what those weird wall squares from Spa Day were supposed to be, like that they're supposed to be towel hooks. And I was all proud of myself for figuring it out. So yeah, the orange brother, the purple sister. If you've ever seen Brian David Gilbert's like sibling dance video, you can kind of like see their dynamic. That's the dynamic I imagine for these siblings. I use a lot of the vintage glamour. I always get mixed up between vintage glamour and the first one, the like party stuff. Oh, what's that one called? I keep thinking Sizzling Party. I don't know why. There's one with a diamond logo. I'm guessing I'm thinking of Vintage Glamour because people like that pack. And it comes with a lot of things. And I use a lot of things that hopefully come with that pack. Oh my god. Oh, to be Scarecrow and wish for a brain. But yeah, this is one of the entertainment spaces. It's kind of like a movie and gaming type room. The rug on a rug, the plush carpeting on another carpeting. I thought I was ridiculous, but then I remembered that in my own bedroom, I have like a shaggy rug on top of my just normal flug on top of my normal, not even like a floor rug, like the rug. The rug is the floor is the rug, But yeah, this light is from Perfect Patio. That's why I sometimes mix it up with the sculptural wall that has a hole in it. And yeah, I think, do I get rid of these plants yet, or am I still holding on? I think I'm still holding on. Maybe I do keep them the whole time. I don't know. I keep the ones in the back the whole time, even though looking at the build now, that seems like a bad idea for some reason. Oh yeah, the darkening of the woods. When do I get to the living room down here? I like that weird couch nook. I guess it's not that weird. I like the idea of having a couch there where you can kind of sit around and chat with the people who are cooking. We're picking out a table now, but I'm just gonna talk over that. I end up picking the one from City Living, spoiler alert. There's a lot of like, not like meaningless sitting area, but just like sitting for sitting's sake. it's just a big space. Like I ended up running out of things I wanted to put in it, especially since I knew that only like one guy lived there. That empty space next to the bathroom ends up being like another, like, not like a lobby, but I guess like, yeah, like the place where people go to like put their shoes on and stuff. And like it could have been a bedroom. It could have been a bedroom for like the grandma or like all the kids that I imagine like do their homework here. I put a homework place for them to do their homework, but no kids live here. Why? Oh yeah, we do this too. These are both, I thought one of them was base game, but I think they're both from Get Together. I did at some point entertain the idea that like this house was professionally decorated, and maybe they decided this, because I can't really imagine the photographer guy taking the time to do a lot of this stuff. I think he's like famous enough that he just gave like the general idea of what he wanted to some stylist, and then they did this. But yeah, that's something I think about a lot when I do, especially when I do like richer people houses. It's like, who actually did this? Who put those things there? I'm just fascinated by people's houses in real life and in The Sims, and just like how things get where they are. I like making up reasons for my little digital people. I think at some point the concept for this house ended up being like, how many activities can I shove in here in a way that's still aesthetically pleasing? Because I know like there's this big divide between like houses that people build and houses that they actually play in, you know? Like a lot of builders won't use their own houses, and it's more about like what looks good. And like it's a very new way of thinking for me, because I haven't actually been a builder that long. I'd say like it's been like the past year that I've really like started pushing myself in that direction. So because of that, like a lot of my builds were just like, oh, what do I want to do with these Sims? And I'll just like nothing pleasing, like definitely like a box full of weird stuff. You know, cupcake machine in every build. Oh, I had like this terrible default, like the way that I would place stuff in a kitchen. It always involved the cupcake machine, and it was in my head, it was such a smart floor plan, like, but in reality, it was so ugly. I hesitated again with this thing, like with the plants, because I couldn't quite figure out, like, this guy to me doesn't seem like the type of person to take care of plants. So who takes care of his plants, you know? Does he have a housekeeper? He seems too private for a housekeeper, but he has these parties. So he probably has like, does he have like a butler? But then he'd have to have a room for the butler to stay in. And so I guess maybe he just has like a maid, and the maid waters the plants. I also entertain the fact that maybe they're all like fake plants, because later on we go in and there's actually some astroturf in this house near the indoor hot tub. Maybe everything's fake, you know. But yeah, oh, I love these posters from City Living, the like collector's items posters. A subplot for this guy was that maybe, you know, he's a photographer, but he also just loves music. You know, that's his other passion. So he has like, yeah, the stereo in his room. And definitely the red dress one makes me think of in the Scott Pilgrim versus the World movie, Brie Larson plays the front woman for this band, voiced by Metric. That's the vibe I got from that. I like how neatly the toiletries fit in that specific little basket from Jungle Adventures. Like, they're all like nestled in there so perfectly. It's so sweet. Snug as a bug. Like, I think about that every time. Every time. I'm like, oh, they're snug as a bug. The most like, welcome to my crib, I love sports bathroom ever. Must lighting look like it's supposed to be there? Is it not enough to have weird lighting hanging over your bathtub? Yeah, I at this point decide that he loves the color red. I was like, I need more red in this build, you know. So he's what, like at this point, like a frat boy photographer who has his family over really often, but also all of his like college bros. He has a home office also with full of red, and has plants that no one can water. So he has like plastic plant obsession or whatever. Or maybe the decorator does. The decorator's like, oh, you know what's really in right now? Plants. You know what? You don't have to take care of plastic plants. To be fair, like plastic plant technology has come a long way. I like that little feature back there. I think it's neat. I like that planter because like it had more of like that whole that like the whole motif from like those wall pieces, and back downstairs, and then this is the little area to put your shoes on. I love the default swatch for that couch from Fitness Day stuff, the fitness pack. I love it. I want to sit on it? Not really. It looks super uncomfortable, but I love how it looks. I genuinely love how it looks. Oh, I don't keep them like that. I thought I did. I like the idea that if they could, or if they wanted to, they could just dip their feet in the water. Yeah, so this area is just a bit of like it's a bit of a bar. Just a little bar for the upstairs. And yeah, I'm gonna have the hot tub at that end. There's like a game room on the other side where they can play, poker or Don't Wake the Llama or what have you. Yeah, if you look at a certain angle, those wine bottles are like in the bar. I don't remember why I put them there. It's such a weird little detail to spend time on. But if you look at a certain angle, there's extra booze. And then, yeah, the carpet situation is a whole deal until I decide on AstroTurf. But even then, I think there's only like 8 tiles of it, those in that space next to it. I love those speakers from Discover University. I was going to say Get to University. I mean, that could have been a title, but yeah. And your Sims can hop that little foot fence, I think. So they can get in that area and play tiny soccer. And then I really wanted an L-shaped desk. We don't end up getting one. I do something else. I think I have some storage in there. But for like, we really tried, guys. That weird little ledge drove me nuts. I can't even remember if we do anything about it in the end. Like, I kind of think I just ignore it, clutter it so much that it looks like a box. It could be like he just got like a new tripod or something. I think I went this whole build not knowing he was a photographer until I pulled out that camera. Like, I knew he was like some like bougie professional guy, but I think that's when I was like, oh, right, like a fancy camera guy. That should still work. And he's written a book, a fancy camera guy, and he wrote a book on photography. That's part of why he's rich. He gets those sweet royalties. He's like one of those professors who like they have a class, but then like the book is the book they wrote and you still have to pay full price for it. That guy. I've had such a spectrum of professors when I was doing my degree, like some that like had published books and were like, please pirate these, and some that were like, please buy them, I'm starving. But a lot of those professors don't actually get to see their royalties. So, but the Sims have it easy. Oh yeah, I put these in there. I thought instead of like most wanted, it's like his latest achievements. We got some outdoor dining space. I did a lot of weird stuff out here. I had them on a platform made of rocks from Island Living. Anyway, it wasn't working out in the slightest. I think I added a swing set for those supposed kids that come over sometimes. Yeah, I imagined that like they're like his sister's kids, and so sometimes they'll get together with like, his sister comes over, and his mom, who is now a widow, she also comes over at the same time. And so the house is full of life. And he's like, I want to focus on my photography. And they're like, you work too much. Come use your pool for once. We light up the outside. I think that's like the last thing we're going to do. And then we're going to be going into screenshots lately. Oh God. We'll be going into screenshots shortly. Have a lovely day. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.